We're live. What is up, IDP peeps?
How's it going?
I'm at my parents' house for Christmas and stuff, so this will be a shorter than usual rendition of the show, probably. And I'm sure there's less. Obviously, there's less matchups, less people in championship week, but we still want to help y'all out as best we can with your lineup decisions. Woo! So,
Exactly.
start rolling in with any questions y'all have. How about those games? I didn't watch any of those games yesterday.
I didn't get
I
a chance to.
watched like a second or two of a couple of them, but I was unable to really zone in just because
really.
of family and stuff.
Alvin Kamara was on fire, though.
Yeah, I saw that. I went out of my way to post Devin White's previous week score just to show people that a huge offensive week. You know, people are like, "Oh, IDP guys score too many points." I'm like, they don't score too many points. They have the same sort of upside as offensive players.
Exactly.
Alvin Kamara put up 56.2. Devin White put up 57 the week before. I mean, the upside's similar weekly and season long to PPR. That's why IDP 123 works.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably hearing children crying in the background because my children are crying. My brother and all his kids finally just left. My sister is here as well. She's wearing a Dunder Mifflin shirt because she thinks she's cooler than everyone else. Here, say hi to my people. This is my sister.
Hi, guys.
She doesn't know anything about football. Don't take her advice. But all right, guys, gals, anybody who's out there, y'all have any questions? I know the site was not updated this week. I'm sorry. It's Christmas week. I feel like I let some people down, but
we got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, and we're still here, so I saw Fred Warner decided to show up finally, have a good game.
I think this is the week that a lot of people are going to show up that we didn't expect to show up.
Yeah. All right, we got one from R. Pete. Here for 8 weeks straight. Are there and second string or fringe starters to pick up now that will blossom next season? That's a good question. But I
seen some names floating out there. Logan Wilson, when he one of those.
Yeah, I guess you'd be looking at rookies that didn't really get a lot of play time this year. Logan Wilson, Akeem Gaithers Davis, Willie Gay, guys like that. Looks like we got some new stuff here from the old.
Oh, that's nifty.
Yeah, they got us a little upgrade. Thanks, StreamYard.
Cool.
Hey, 420 Hustler, what up? Yo, what up, bro? Happy to see you in here. Hey, we're having a live stream, co-live stream or live stream. I don't know if I'm going to do one or not, but we'll be on with my man, the Hustler, in, what is that, the second week of January. We're doing an award show, so y'all make sure you pop on over there for that. It's going to be fun. We got myself, we got Iggy, IDP, we got 420 Hustler, we got somebody else. Who is it? If you're still on here, bro, help me remember who else is on there. But we're going to go through and talk about our, just give out some awards for the year for the IDP side of the ball. I don't know if I like this or if I hate it. January 5th, there you go, from the man himself, January 5th. And we said, what was that, 8 in the evening? I don't know. We'll promote it. You'll hear about it. It'll be in his group. We'll put it on the Facebook group, the Any Given Sunday. We'll put it up here. I'll make sure to mention it in my next podcast, this is the first week I did not have a podcast either this season. Busy. I mean, it's Christmas week. Sorry. Games were all week long. Stuff going on. I apologize to anybody and everybody I let down. But I'm in a couple of championship weeks. I have Eric Wilson out there. He had another good game. Love me some Eric Wilson. Oh my gosh, my kids just cry and cry and cry and cry and cry.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I get the second from my fiance.
So apparently the that game last night was insane. I read about it this morning. 17 seconds and the Dolphins won on like this crazy pass.
It's all about Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Dude, I like that they're willing to bring guys in and out
whatever they got to do to win this year, they're trying.
Yeah, I mean, they're willing to bring guys in and out. You see that a little bit more with some of these coaches too, willing to move guys in and out of the lineup as they need. They're not just sticking with one guy through the whole thing.
Yep.
All right, that's a little quieter in here.
Playing like some college coaches or something.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. You got to stay water.
Yep. Whatever works.
Mm-hmm. But we had some. I saw Jamie Collins. Did he get hurt in the beginning of that game, or was he just out? Because I had him going in a league. He got 0 for me, and I saw that he was out. But I think he got knocked out of that game, if I remember right. I'm not overly sure. But I guess we could spend some time just Fitzmagic. Let's tell people what we got coming up. I got a whole list of shows set up for the upcoming months. We're going to be doing stuff on the channel. Like we said, we're going to try to focus more on the channel and less on the podcast. Not to say the podcast won't still happen, but we're going to try to emphasize a little bit more on our video presentation, maybe work on some graphics. I have some graphic stuff that's definitely going to be coming up soon that we'll use. We're going to keep doing a weekly show at least once a week, probably try to jump it up to 2 or 3. And at least one of those shows will end up on the pod stream, obviously. We'll also have I still have things with Dynasty Nerds going, so I'll have shows up there I'm going to try to do once a week on this channel and once a week on Dynasty Nerds channel, just to keep pushing things out. We got some guests. I got some awesome guests. I know we don't have a lot of people listening right now, but I got guests. I got somebody lined up to come on the pod that is so awesome. I don't even want to bring it up because I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to get that bad juju out there. And I don't want any of, these other little IDP heads out here going out there thinking that they can bring him on their show before us or that they have an in because we did the legwork. But we have a very special guest coming on, somebody that is 100,000 times smarter than I am. I don't even know if I've told Steve. I'm about to send him a little secret chat over here.
Ooh, I like it. I like secret chats.
He knows.
Yeah, Jamie Collins missed because of a neck injury, something to do with his neck.
Yeah, but so we got some guests coming on. We're gonna try to get some of the guys from the fantasy playbook. We got Jorge, and then we'll try to get Nate on here. Obviously, 420 Hustler is going to be in here soon.
Awesome.
We're trying to do a lot more stuff with him. He's obviously the king of the live stream, so we'll have him on the show as much as we can. All right, we got Repeat on here again. Thoughts on playing time next year for Edenigbo, Xavier McKinney, Harrison Phillips, and Jordan Brooks. Thanks for streaming today during the holidays. Happy New Year. Yeah, no problem, man. It's one of those things where we've been so consistent all season. I didn't want to just leave it completely dead on championship week. Like I said, I'm at my parents' house. My brother and his 4 kids just left. It was literally chaos. We started late, but IDP Army, we're here for you guys. Steve and I are hustling for you. We got the Patreon set up. Actually, we had our first Patreon member join the other day. I don't even know if I had a chance to tell Steve that. So go sign up for the Patreon. I'll take this down so y'all can see it's down here right underneath my name. Join the IDP Army official. Commit, $5, $10, $15. We're going to work on getting exclusive content on there. We don't have anything on there now. But again, if you've been following us, we've been building slowly, but we've been consistently building the right direction. And we're proud of that. And we're proud of the fact that we haven't asked anybody for anything along the way, really. But now we're asking the audience to, help us out, help us take it to the next level. I've gotten so many messages, so many thank yous from a lot of people. So many people. I've got messages from people that I've got a whole folder of screenshots and messages of people saying just things that are positive about what we do. So I can remember sometimes when things get me down that there are people out there that really do rely on us, and we're building something special here. I really believe that. So, but all right, we'll get back to R. Pete's question here. I like McKinney. I said something in the Destination Discord the other day. Some guys were talking about Logan Ryan. I was like, dude just got paid. 30 years old. They didn't want to keep him in Tennessee. People were not this offseason. People were like, oh, Logan Ryan sucks. I mean, Giants defense is good. Logan Ryan's a big piece of that. Now he's playing safety, position he didn't even play before. He just got paid at safety, something a lot of safeties haven't even had happen yet. So the blueprint for 3 safety sets is out there. We had Houston in 2018 and Arizona in 2018. That's actually something we talked about a couple of years ago. I remember back in the day, me and Steve and the other people that we used to affiliate with that we aren't affiliated with anymore. But I mean, the blueprint's laid out. We had Buda Baker, Swearinger, Trey Boston out in Arizona 3 years ago. They all had like 75 plus tackles. And in Houston, you had Tyrann Mathieu, Kareem Jackson, and Justin Reed have all 70 plus tackles. So 3 DB sets, not DB, but safety sets are becoming more of a thing. So I think that McKinney is going to be fine next year. Maybe they eat into each other a little bit, but still, quality is quality. Go with the talent, usually. I think that playing time will look good for him next year. Harrison Phillips, I don't really have any big thoughts on him. Jordan Brooks is a guy I do think will have a lot of playing time next year. He's already had some good playing time this year, low key. He's had games where he's hit 70. He's hit some tackle numbers. It's just he still has KJ Wright there, who's still that second guy, and then Bobby Wagner's still there. So,
yeah,
but exactly. he's definitely going to be a stash candidate. Yeah, buddy. Hey, appreciate that, man. Yeah, guys, if you don't follow 420 Hustler, our man, give him a follow. He's a smart dude.
Exactly.
He's working hard. He's an inspiration to anybody out here trying to grind. So appreciate him hopping in this morning. IDP Army keeps building. Way to go, guys. Yeah, Russ, appreciate it. Russ has been with us since day one. Russ ain't on that bullshit, so we appreciate that. What up, Sean? Good morning, guys. In the championship game. Fuck yeah! Go win that, baby. She said, would you play DT Derek Brown against the Washington football team, Kenny Clark at the Titans, or Foley Fatukowski at the Browns? Thanks in advance and Happy New Year. I would probably avoid that Browns game just because it's going to be a weird game with them not having any wide receivers, right? Like that was again, I'm out in the boonies right now, y'all. Like there is no cell phone service. Our electricity was off for like an hour this morning. But from what I could piece together yesterday, this Browns game is going to be no wide receivers. So I'm just I don't know if there's any way you could project anything for this Browns game safely. So I would kind of try to stay away from that. And then between Derek Brown versus Washington and Kenny Clark at the Titans, I would lean into Kenny Clark. He's the veteran. He's the veteran. He's the guy we know can put up big numbers. Derek Brown has had a couple of good weeks, but he still is a rookie. But I understand the appeal of the Washington football team. But in finals week, I hate to be reductive. I was actually complaining in the fantasy football chat Discord about some fantasy football IDP analysts being just too reductive with their answers. Their answers are always follow the snaps. But then when you ask them stuff, they don't actually back that up with what they tell you. But start your studs. It's championship week. Derek Brown, I'm sure he'll be great someday, but I'm not going to put Kenny Clark on my bench this week, Shauna. We've seen Kenny Clark have great seasons. He gets behind the line of scrimmage. We know he can have big sack games. Derek Brown's been kind of hit or miss, so I'm going to stick with Kenny Clark this week personally. What about you, Steve-O?
I agree. Yep.
Yeah, just stick with Kenny Clark, and I mean that's going to be a good game, but that Packers defense, he's kind of the heart and soul of it in a way. He's like the only guy who can really get anything done besides Zadarius Smith out there. I guess Jaheir Alexander, but he's a little less IDP relevant. Mike K, what up? Mike, I see you on I have a Wix app on my phone now, so I can see the IDP Army, like when people are on the site. I know Mike's on the site 2 or 3 times a day. Nice. I'm sorry there's not more stuff up there, man. Me and Steve, like I said, we're building slowly, so we will be adding more information and content onto the site. But, this is still for us. This year, we're going to try to take that big push forward. That's why, we're asking y'all to invest a little bit in us. That's why we started up the Patreon, so we can, maybe get some, I don't want to say get some writers, but get some more good content on the site, make it a place where people can kind of stop and a little bit of a hub for our videos, for our written stuff, for rankings, etc. But Mike said, made it to the ship. Uphill battle today, though, with Martinez hobbled. Thoughts on Hewitt versus Olakun as a flex? Man. Olakun kind of let you down last week, and Hewitt's been rock solid all season. Play Hewitt?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what the matchup is, if I'm just being 100 with y'all. Let me take a look with who the Jets are playing today. Ooh, Leighton Vander Esch is out. That's a bummer. Hewitt gets Cleveland. See, you'd think that, but my thought process on that is maybe Cleveland doesn't keep these drives going because they don't have any receivers.
I mean, they're going to be running the ball. They're not
True.
going to be throwing it a lot.
You're right. And Kansas City is not a great matchup for linebackers, even though Olakun has been great. So I'm going to side with Steve on this one. My man Mike, I would go with Hewitt. They're going to try to run a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Shauna says, great. Thank you. You're welcome, Shauna. Good luck. Hey, we'll be back. I don't know what our streaming schedule is going to be like going forward, y'all. Hopefully we'll have one up next Sunday or Monday. Try to kind of powwow with y'all. And hopefully we can come in and all celebrate winning some chips together, share some war stories, all that stuff. That'd be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, share, all that good stuff. We hope we've helped you out this season. I know we have. Like I said, I've gotten some messages from some people, but we have a lot of good content coming this off season. And one more week. I mean, this is week 16, so if we'll be able to kind of get cumulative season stats on some guys after this week, especially if people are sitting their players next week based on what matchups kind of are. So we might even laugh to some of our guys out there this week, especially some of the guys in these better situations like Chiefs. I doubt any Chiefs play next week if they win. The main ones, they might play like the first drive or something. Just keep them healthy for the postseason. So we might be able to get some cumulative numbers. And Steve and I are really going to break down some stuff for y'all. Same with the Dynasty Nerds group. We're going to be breaking down a lot of stuff for you. So, Steve, you got anything to?
Well, I was just wondering if we could start any playoff leagues, any of the IDP playoff leagues.
I know that's like a big thing with MFL, and my stance on MFL.
Yeah, can we do it on Sleeper?
I don't think they have a setup for that, unfortunately. Man, I have been in communication with some of the people that work at Sleeper. I'm behind the scenes, y'all. Besides shit posting on Twitter hardcore, I actually do shit. Maybe it's not write a thread every day, maybe it's not drop an article every day, but I'm communing with people that matter and that are going to push IDP forward in a way that just another article isn't. Believe that's on God. So Sleeper, I'm communing with people at Sleeper. We're working on stuff to make everything just better. We're going to try to just keep pushing IDP forward. I don't know if y'all managed to see that this week. Got a shout out on the Fantasy Footballers website this week from our man Marv, who's been on the channel a couple of times. Marv Eloquent, he's one of their writers over there. He, backlinked IDP 123 scoring through their site. He backlinked, to us, the IDP Army. So, we're getting FaceTime places that it matters. People are seeing IDP grow. And that's just really awesome. And to me, again, that's just proof of concept, proof of work. It's not just me shit posting 24/7 like it may look like. People are taking notice of this stuff. And that's why Steve and I are kind of have trimmed some of the fat, shall we say, from the organization. I got some other, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm feeling newsy. I'd drop a little news on them. We got, besides the Patreon, I actually set up an official IDP Army LLC type thing. So hopefully we can actually improve the site a little bit from a business standpoint as well. Maybe take this a little bit more seriously. So we're not going to the Senior Bowl this year, unfortunately. That's kind of a bummer. That was really fun for us last year.
I don't think it'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think it would be either. I mean, it would be fun, but I don't think it would be worth it. But we will definitely be keeping an eye on that. The reports throughout the week from our people we have down there. So, like I said, the content's going to keep coming. Dynasty never sleeps, buys, sells. And like I said, we're going to put a lot of videos on the channel. I'm going to have a lot of stuff on Dynasty Nerds as well. So, any other tough lineup questions for y'all this week? We got another one from Mike K. Yeah, no problem, Mike. It's funny, my brother-in-law's name is Mike Kays. So,
Mike Kays, huh?
Yeah, Kays. Close. But what all content? I mean, we got a few people sitting in here chilling with us this morning. What kind of content would you all like to see us put forth more effort into? What would you like to see on the Patreon, for example? If we do start putting more exclusive type of stuff there, what would that be, you know? We got another one from Albert Alexander on the YouTube, says, not my best IDP season, but wanted to thank you for the help and the content. Happy holidays. Hey, appreciate that.
So,
You know,
like I did.
Yeah, Steve had a tough season too. He pretty much bitched all the wrong players every week in our one league.
Jeez.
Speaking of which, we got to figure out what we're going to do in that IDP Army Dynasty League, because I don't know if a couple of those guys in there, we're not exactly super tight anymore. So I don't know if they want to stick around. I got a feeling they're going to want to stay just so they can watch and observe and just be close to us, even though they don't like us. I don't know if we're going to let that shit fly. I might kick them. We'll have to see. I tweeted something the other day. I'm just done with all the nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
The passive-aggressive bullshit, the stupidity. Stop being stupid. Stop trying. I saw this tweet the other day about IDP, and it just, from a well-known IDP person, I'm just like, why are you trying to take IDP backwards? Why? Why is it your mission to ruin this for people? Why is it your mission to appease 2% of the people that play fantasy football? Kick them out. Hey, we might put you in there, motherfucker, if you want in.
Yep.
We got two guys over there that are IDP analysts who like to live in their feelings, so we might have to kick them. I don't care, man. Steve, you smiling? I'm taking names. I'm calling.
I know you are. I
don't have time for this shit anymore. 2 years is passive aggressive nonsense. If you ain't with me, you're against me. Facts. I don't care about your opinion. I have a different opinion than you. All right, well then you're not on my side. Go away. Don't need you here. Go take your opinion somewhere else.
He wants in.
Take your opinion to your .org.
Mm-hmm.
Get me in. Hey, we'll get you in there. We got two guys that are definitely cut candidates.
I think I know who you're talking about.
You think?
I know who you're talking about, actually.
Yeah. We won't drag their precious little names through the mud right now, but
you mean
what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. Nobody wants to get. I retweeted something the other day. This guy's like, no one pays attention to you when you're at the bottom. He's like, they don't give you any credit when you're at the middle, and he's like, and they hate you when you're at the top. And I was like, it's a thing you hear in rap music a lot, and you hear it from people, but until you actually start experiencing it, which is kind of weird. I don't want to be like, oh, I have a big head, but like when you start experiencing it, I mean, I talked about this with my man 420 Hustle the other day. It's like once it starts happening, like you're like, okay, like it's almost like an earmark that you're on the right track when people start having their opinions on your threads for attention or whatever it may be. It's like, okay, you can get out of here now. Like, so I think we're on the right track. IDP 1-2-3 scoring. I mean, I was telling one of my buddies the other day, I was like, I don't even know, once IDP 1-2-3 scoring gets its foothold in, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, like I got to find another soapbox to stand on. Once that stuff takes off, feel free to hate on me, Cat Williams. Yeah, I love it. It's funny too. One of these guys, I don't know. I don't want to say any names. I should, but I won't. But a lot of people may have seen a little spat we got in on Twitter, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. He was saying, oh, you're just not palatable. Come on, man. You're just a douche, blah, blah, blah. You're not very nice. He was just basically telling me that I was a dildo, that I sucked and I was too rude to people and that I was mean. And I went back to look at that thread a few days later, and I was like, dude, you're being really pompous, and there's no reason for you to be here calling me out. There's no reason for you to be in this conversation at all. And he was just being really rude. So I went back to that thread 2 days later because I was just like, I wanted to like look at it because stuff like that, like it warms my heart to see people like trying to make me out to be a bad guy when I get like 40 DMs like while this is happening saying that guy's a putz. He deleted all of them. The whole thread, everything he said was gone. And I was like, huh, so much for your level of conviction on what a douche I am. So he's always posting dramatic bullshit. I'm adopting IDP 1-2-3 scoring in all my leagues. Well, there you go. That's for the man himself, yo. This man.
That's right.
Go sub to my man 420 Hustlers channel. He's popping off. We're all gonna work for him someday. So
that's the truth.
Happy to see it. And that's the thing too. I said something. I was in this group chat over the summer with some IDP people, And I mean, I got in there, I got added in there, and I immediately left because I wasn't palatable for these people. Everybody's all PC. But somebody said something, let's figure out the scoring. I was like, scoring's figured out. I was like, IDP 123 exists and people are adopting it. And everybody's like, well, my opinion's this and my opinion's that. And I was like, no one fucking cares about your opinion. And I was like, the market will decide what will be adopted as the scoring system. The market, the people who play fantasy football. I was like, your opinion, it can be your opinion, but the people who play will decide. And I just, every day I get people saying they're changing to that, adopting to that. So many research tools are happening in Dynasty Nerds right now based on that. I just found out the other day, we had an IDP call. We have 10 years worth of IDP 123 fantasy data. One of the guys over there who's like way smarter than me. I'm an idiot. This guy's a genius. He's got a spreadsheet so big my head will spin. He's got every defensive player from the past 10 years. He's got all their IDP 123 stats and scores. Boom, just exist. Now we can start breaking stuff down. We can start looking for trend lines. We can look back on years. We can look back at individual performances. We have so much research that we're able to do now because we have a set standard, because we have a scaffolding, but we've built a framework that we can build around. So it's funny to me, and the guys in our chat over there too, that we're always talking about, the longer people in other organizations ignore it, pretend it doesn't exist, dog it, choose not to accept it, it just gives us another step ahead in the market. Just one more advantage for us. So, and that's the other thing too. It's so similar to all good IDP scorings. I always say, IDP 123 or similar is how I kind of describe it, because most people play in leagues like this similar to that anyway. So, y'all got any start sit questions for us? Because I'm just sitting here rambling, and as much as I love to do that, I don't want to become unpalatable for anybody.
No, you don't mind. Don't lie.
Care. And I tweeted that after that guy was like, "Oh, nobody likes you," blah blah. I was like, "Motherfucker, that unfollow button's right there. See ya. I don't need you." He still follows me. What they want is for me to block them and mute them so they can screenshot it and be like, "What a jerk! He blocked me." Blah blah blah. I'm not taking that bait. Follow me. You need to do some homework. I think what it is, people want to keep default scoring, offensive scoring. They are scared to make IDP worth more. Increase every offensive position by 2-point PPR or 1 point. Yeah, and that's the thing too. People add all these huge bonuses to offensive players, but they are scared to even make defensive players relevant. I mean, they'll inflate offensive players, but they won't even bring the IDP scoring up to something useful. Yeah, gotta be willing to change the defaults. I'm just listening today. Oh boy,
they want to hear you rant.
Getting an earful.
Yep, get on your soapbox.
Oh man,
give us an earful.
I don't know if everybody saw too. We changed the podcast is not Defense Matters anymore. It's the IDP Army podcast now. Updated that stuff. The IDP 411 podcast is dead, unfortunately. Steve and I tried to hop in there to keep it going, but we were made aware that podcast belongs to someone else, apparently, and that he was going to be producing content for y'all. So haven't seen much of that happening.
I don't see any content coming out.
Whatever. Like I said, 2021's about that big old FU. Yeah, jump on with us here on January 5th on the 420 Hustlers channel. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it along with ours, but always good shit. Keep branding. One day IDP's 100%. It's already trending that way. Again, like I said at the beginning of the show, the people who have approached me and that have said this offseason we are going to commune about this are the right people. I don't give a fuck about what .org says. I don't give a fuck about what DILF says. The right people have hit me up. I know this shit's coming, and everybody who's paying attention now is already going to have a jump on anybody else in the future. All right, we got an actual start sit question here. Let's help somebody.
Yeah.
Cameron Curl or Jones at safety this week? I'm guessing that's Josh Jones. He went out last week with did he go out again with another injury? He keeps coming in and out and in and out the last couple of weeks with these injuries. So I would be a little hesitant to play him. Cameron Curl's been so fire the past 5 weeks. I mean, he has upside too. Like he has number one defensive back on the week upside, as we saw in week 14. And his floor is like 12, 13 points. So I'm probably going to stick with Curl right now.
Yeah.
And someone said earlier who the Washington football team is going to play. Here it is up here. Washington football team is playing Carolina. So, yeah, I like that matchup. I'm not a huge matchup guy, but I think I'm going to take Curl on that one. I do like Jones, though, and I think there's some value for Jones as far as a stash. I know people have been hitting me up asking about stashes and stuff, and I told them I'm going to be doing some information and content about that sooner than later. But we want to just get through the season, help y'all get these championships. We got another one here from Charlie Smith. Oh, Samuel Smith and Charlie Smith. Y'all bros? Hurts or Rodgers? Oh, my gosh. Here's my thing with this. I don't have Hurts or Rodgers in any leagues across 20-something leagues. So I have, like, no real feel for them this season. I know Hurts he's very popular this past couple of weeks, and people much smarter than me have him in their top 5 and 10 pretty comfortably. A lot of people have him in the top 6. And we know Rodgers is having one of his better seasons as well. So this really comes down to the known commodity to me, and I'd probably stick with Rodgers.
What's the Rodgers playing the Bears?
Ooh, but Rodgers does good against everybody though? What's his season totals against the Bears? Can you check that real quick?
Oh man, yeah. Let me take a look at the.
Hustler says he's playing Rodgers. We'll be playing Hurts over Rodgers if I'm a heavy favorite.
I want to look at something. I want to see. Yeah,
he already played the Bears once this season.
Right. I'm looking at how they did against the Bears.
Yeah, Steve's gonna give us some numbies here in a sec. Was it bad?
I'm seeing he had 302 yards versus the Bears.
3-2 ain't bad.
No, it's not. Wait,
he had 22. Here, I'm looking at it right now. It says he had 25 fantasy points against the Bears.
Did he? Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Hurts has been on another level though.
True. He beat his projection by 3 points last time he played the Bears. I mean, Rodgers has only had one game under 18 points all season. So I get the Hurts love, but I'm probably still going to just rock with Rodgers. And honestly, that Bears defense, as good as it is, good in quotations, they've been kind of gooberish. Rodgers plays the Titans. Oh, yeah, he does. He plays Tennessee. Oh, yeah. I'm playing Rodgers. I understand the appeal of Hurts, but guys, gals, it's championship week. Did Hurts help you get here? Probably not. Maybe last week.
They play Dallas. Hurts plays Dallas.
Why are we all getting different information on Hurts playing? It says Tennessee here for me. Week 16, Tennessee.
I'm getting at Dallas.
No, it's the Titans. You must be looking at last year or something. I'm playing Rodgers, bro.
2020.
There we go. Hurts plays Dallas. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm looking at Hurts.
Oh, I thought you were talking Rodgers.
No, I'm looking at Hurts. He plays Dallas.
I'm still playing Rodgers.
I don't know.
Steve doesn't know.
Yeah, because I like that matchup. He had 40 points. Hurts. Yeah, you're probably right with Rodgers, but man, that's a choice matchup.
I'm about to sneeze. I didn't do it.
I don't know.
StreamYard had some upgrades. Anybody out there? I know 420. You used StreamYard a little bit. I got some new stuff for us. We got some different variations here, which is kind of cool. And they did a couple of other things. I actually watched their live stream the other night. They're a really awesome little team they got there. But there was a couple other little things that they did differently. Oh, one thing, they actually answered my question on the stream. I was asking, how do you make the display names go away? Because I wasn't sure how to do that, and they walked me through it, which apparently it's super easy. I just didn't know how to do it. Actually, now I just clicked it and it's not coming up. So, got some more questions here, y'all. And again, I'm at my parents' house, so we're gonna stay on 10 more minutes, and then I gotta go. But we got here. Hurts in a must-win against Dallas is so tempting, though. Man, you want us to talk you off the ledge, or you want us to push you off the ledge? Tell me what you want. I'll do it.
I want to push him off the edge.
Well, Steve wants to push you, so Steve said
I'm telling him to play Hurts.
All right. Well, I'm trying to save your life over here, so I'm saying play Rodgers. All right, we got another IDP question. Quandre Diggs, Rock Ya-Sin, or Teron Johnson at corner? Oh, you can play Diggs at corner? This must be a Yahoo league then, maybe, because I know he was a corner last year on there. Man, I'm probably playing Diggs. Yeah. I know Johnson had a pretty big week last week, but
corners are so unpredictable, though.
And Diggs is truly playing free safety. He's not really playing corner.
I'd go with Diggs.
I'd go with Diggs as well. We're going Diggs.
I mean, there have been some big corners this season, though. This has been a crazy corner season.
Oh yeah. I mean, every year in fantasy football, I'm just reminded that nobody knows a fucking thing. Nobody. Like, think about this. Look at where I like looking back at last year's rookie class. And 2 years ago, N'Keal Harry, the 101. But that was unanimous. All right, Justin Jefferson. Oh, he's my wide receiver 7. He ain't no wide receiver 7.
No,
nope. He ain't the rookie wide receiver 7.
He's a stud.
We only had every set of eyes in the draft community on this guy, and he couldn't even get a first-round pick. Or was he a first-rounder? No, he wasn't. Or was he?
I thought he was a late first-rounder.
Was he a late guy? Okay. He wasn't the first one taken, though. And even in rookie drafts, I mean, Ruggs, Rager, Lamb, who's the other guy? He went in that area like Ayuk and T. Higgins. Even Brian Edwards was going kind of where Justin Jefferson was going. You know what I mean? And he definitely was not the first wide receiver taken, not even top 3 usually. But now, if you went back and redid that draft, he'd probably be the 101. So, every set of eyes in the fantasy community and the football community is on these guys, and people still don't know what's going on. We're just making our best guesses, So that's something I've definitely learned this season is you kind of just have to go with your gut. And it's about to be board season. And what I mean like that is you're going to see every screenshot. Everybody's going to be sharing their mock drafts. It's going to be mock draft season for fantasy and real life. And there's going to be a point in about a month and a half where your mock draft will be right or wrong based on certain things. Jerry Jeudy, another guy who went early this last year that, was way behind Jefferson. And just remember, if you have a conviction about a guy, you think he's good, you want him on your team, there's no right or wrong way to draft. Just because someone like me is like, oh, that's a good draft doesn't mean anything. My best draft this last year, in my mind, the league I went out of my way to get all these first-round picks in, I got Ruggs, Rager, and Dobbins. I had 3 first-rounders, and that's what I left with. This season, I made it to the playoffs, but it didn't do shit for me. You know what I mean? And I traded some stuff to get those picks, too. And I'm just like, man, so there's something to be said. Don't get caught up in rookie fever. I would have been better off just waiting around and taking Higgins and Ayuk and Justin Jefferson. But I didn't do that because I was like, oh, I got to get up in this draft. I got to get up in the first round. I got Rager. I got Ruggs sitting on my bench right now. These guys, I probably couldn't trade them for a 3rd-round pick. It sucks. So don't let that rookie fever take you over, and don't feel like there's a right or a wrong way to draft necessarily either. That's something I always try to emphasize to people. Everybody's just guessing. There it is. Oh, that's cool.
Sweet. That looks nice.
Yeah, I figured out how to actually make that go away. Come back. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yarp.
So 22nd overall pick.
Okay, so he was still a first.
Yeah, he was still first, but
he went after Rager, right?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. So many guys got taken for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, and Like, yeah.
He's a top 10 wide receiver right now. I'll tell you what, I traded Justin Jefferson straight across for Miles Garrett in 2 weeks before the season started.
You got to be taking.
And I don't know how I feel about it because I'm like, in one hand, I have like a top 3 defensive lineman for the
Right.
rest of his career.
But
And on the other hand, I had probably a top 5 dynasty wide receiver. So it's like, as much as it feels like a good trade, like I still kind of wish I just had Jefferson because I have TJ Watt and I have a couple other defensive linemen on that team that are okay.
you could have made do.
Yeah, I could have made do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
And you would have had Justin Jefferson.
And I would have had Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Dynasty trade season starts in a week.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. All right, y'all. We got 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna hop off of here. Like I said, I didn't even watch football yesterday. It sucks. I don't know how much I'm gonna get to watch today. Kind of sucks that the season's almost over, but it's the holidays. Spend time with your family. That's more important. I can rewatch the games on Game Pass or what's that other app? Sunday Ticket. Sunday Ticket's actually nice. If you watch the games on Sunday, you can come back the day after and you can rewatch the games that you missed, which is cool. I didn't know they did that feature. Bob, what up? Bob Nixon says Kari Willis or Donovan Wilson. Already started Buckner and Leonard. Those are good picks right there. I understand that Donovan Wilson has been playing pretty decent.
But
I don't know if I want I don't know if I want to play him or not.
do you want to bench Kari Willis?
I don't want to bench Kari Willis either, though.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't.
Who do the Rams play today?
The Rams play. I was just looking at this earlier too. The Rams play the Seahawks.
Yeah. That's a good matchup. I think Jared Goff's going to have a big game. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I hate Jared Goff because he hasn't done shit, but this is a good matchup. Sean McVay will find a way to get the ball to his best players. And the Seahawks are going to score. I know everyone's like, oh, Rams defense is so good. But, like,
this hasn't been cooking so much lately.
Yeah. It's just one of those things, these narratives. Certain teams with high brand equity. Coming into the year, I didn't get into it, but some of y'all might know Connor Rogers. Is that his name? Connor J. Rogers. We met him at Senior Bowl last year. He did the stick to football, or
Yep.
which one was it? Yeah.
Yep.
And he said something in the summer. It was June or July, and he was saying on his Twitter that the Eagles were a playoff team. And I was just like, and everyone said that this summer. And I was just like, yo, hold the phone, y'all. What are you talking about? This Eagles team sucks. And that was back when, the GM was amazing, the coach was amazing, Wentz is improving, all these things that everybody would say, and then these other people would say, and oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, you're right. And I was like, the Eagles suck. And then people were like, oh, they're injured. They're not injured. Who's injured on their team? Well, they're linemen. 1 or 2 guys. You can't even name these mofos who are injured. The team's been garbage, hot garbage for a while. Anyway, I don't even know where that came from. David Long or Avery Williamson?
He was answering who they were playing, the Rams.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Rams. That's another thing. People are like, oh, the Rams are so good, and the Arizona is so good. Remember, like, week 3 when everyone's like, oh, Kyler is going to be MVP. Excuse me?
Played a couple of teams.
Excuse me? And people still are, when they bring up Josh Allen in the MVP conversation, yeah, he's in the race too. Excuse me? All right, David Long or Avery Williamson? What do you think?
Williamson.
I think Williamson too. I mean, I get the appeal of David Long to a degree.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But
so we're going Avery Williamson there, my man.
Any more questions?
Yeah, what else you all got for us? Anything? We'll do a lightning round real quick. No singleton questions today.
I'm surprised.
He's been the most popular guy the past month and a half to talk about. There's a lot of people out, y'all, because Kazir White's out.
You must have gotten knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Quan got hurt, but I mean that's kind of his MO anymore, unfortunately. Sucks. I was talking to one of the guys from the True North podcast, one of the PT guys. I can't remember his exact handle right now. I apologize for that. But in the Destination Devi or IDP chat, we were talking a little bit about Quan's injury, and I was like, I hate to say injury prone, but he's kind of an injury prone guy. And he's like, yeah, he's like, especially, you don't want to say that when they're disconnected injuries, like a neck injury and an ankle injury. He's like, but certain injuries do cause each other, and he's a PT and I was a I was a exercise science / kinesiology major in college. It's like, yeah, that's that overcompensation. So when you have an injury and you hurt yourself, your body compensates other places to keep itself functioning, which can lead to injuries of other areas in your body. So, for instance, if you hurt your knee, your ankle or your hip is compensating a little bit more on some of that. And when you get back to full health, that can cause some imbalances, which can cause future injuries. And that's kind of what Quan has had going on for a couple of years now, where it's knee, ankle. I mean, he just keeps hurting lower body parts, Achilles, and it's because he's overcompensating. It's subconscious, but it's happening. Russ or Herbert?
Herbert.
Yeah, I'm playing Herbert. I don't have Herbert anyway, but that kid is on fire. Fletcher Cox or Chris Jones? Man, I'm playing Chris Jones. Play Stone Cold. He hasn't been amazing this season, but he's still been pretty good. He's still been pretty good. Fletcher Cox. I'm not a. He had one good IDP season. I think it was last year. So, all right, y'all. I guess we're going to dip on out of here. Good luck in your championship weeks. Don't forget about us next week. We'll still be here. Maybe not here exactly next week, but content will continue to flow through the channel. We will have videos up. It won't all just be podcast either. I'm going to start doing some, shorter 10, 15-minute breakdowns on players or a couple of different guys or comparing players and stuff like that. So share, 420 Hustlers telling y'all what's up. Go win your chips. Come join us on January 5th over on his channel. And like I said, we may be doing a joint stream as well on our channel. We'll have to figure that out. But come party with us. Come celebrate. We'll have a little bit of fun, answer questions, dynasty stuff, all that good stuff. We'll have a good time. So appreciate you, IDP Army. Steve, anything else you want to send them out with before we roll out of here?
Just remember, if you're not playing IDP, you're only playing half the game.
You heard it from the chef himself. All right, y'all, go win those chips. Love you, IDP Army. Good luck. Doses.